Hi, this is Tiffany Quirrell. This is EDL 856 Module 4, Understanding My Community at Chestnut Ridge School District. So my sociology inventory, the average household income within my school district is $50,000. The unemployment rate is 4.5, which is above the national average, and the poverty rate is 10.5%, which is again above the national average. Some leading organizations in our community that impact our school district the most are the Bedford County Chamber of Commerce, which focuses around local businesses. I'll get more into detail about that a little bit later, along with other organizations that benefit our school district. Currently, we have 70% of our registered voters as Republican, and 97% of our citizens that are done through our census are 97% of them are white, non-Hispanic. A state representative that is local to us is Republican John Joyce, and some social tension that I'll get into a little bit later deals with the Black Lives Matter movement. Customs and traditions at Chestnut Ridge School District. 90% of our citizens within the district, they are Protestant, so that's a large, overwhelming amount. Again, the political party that most voters are registered to is the Republican Party. Our lifestyle, some things, we have a lot of farmers, we have a lot of hunting. We actually, the first day of hunting season within our school district, we have off school. That's how much of a big deal it is around here. And then other outdoor activities, we have a state park locally. We have Blue Knob State Park, and we also have Shawnee Lake. A lot of people take advantage of those activities outdoors. We have a ski resort local. A lot of hiking, biking trails are big around here as well. Educationally, teachers as well as parents, a lot of them do not focus solely on sending their kids to college. They do a lot of trade schools, so a lot of our high school level teachers, they make sure that the students are aware of our vocational school that you can go to, so you can be transported through the school to a vocational school which has welding, cooking, cosmetology, a bunch of different STEM related that are trades. It's a trade school. It's not necessarily a bachelor's or master's degree that you would receive, but you can still be paid very well through those programs. Many of our school board members have been on the board for over 20 years. Therefore, it makes it sometimes hard to really see a large change because a lot of them are set in their ways that can impact our school in a variety of ways. The population and characteristics. So we currently have only 15% of our adults that have a bachelor's degree or higher. 90 to 94% graduation rate at high school we currently have at Chestnut Ridge. If you break down the age, we have 23% of our population is over 64. So a lot of people call this a retirement community, and less than 5% is under the age of 8. So based on some of those statistics, you could say that in the future, our population in Bedford could decline. Population stability, since 1980, the population has only decreased by 2,000. But based on statistics right now, it looks like that could decrease more in the future. Employment, so we have a lot of factories and manufacturing companies locally. We have a business park. We are about 15 minutes away from the Bedford Turnpike, and that is big for truckers and businesses. So it does create the ability for big businesses to come here and have their factories and manufacturing buildings. The average household is 2.45, and less than 1% of citizens in this area are foreign born. So again, that goes with the cultural diversity. It's very limited here, and over 97% of our citizens speak English as their first language. Communication channels. So locally, we have WJC News Channel, and that you can watch on TV on Channel 6 News. You can find the latest information as well as weather and what's happening statewide and nationally and even worldwide at times. Our local newspaper is the Bedford Gazette. It's been published since 1805, and it's still, again, it's very established, and it still has a lot of viewers and people who buy, and they still deliver newspapers in Bedford, which I know in some areas that probably does not occur anymore. Facebook is, I guess you could say, sort of a news platform. Some people use it as a news platform. On Bedford County Free Press, it is actually a Facebook page that states that they report the latest news. They get police reports and put them on there, and it's sometimes can be entertaining to see what all goes on within Bedford, anything from domestic disputes to drug-related topics, but they do report any police report that goes through the Bedford County Jail and courts. Radio stations locally, we have Star 109. It broadcasts to our area, and it is right in the heart of downtown Bedford. It also, along with the news, reports when we have school delays, the first day of school, homeroom teachers, important events that occurred. Recently, we had a senior who actually passed away in a car accident, and they did a nice obituary on him through the newspaper and on the radio, so shout out to them. Community groups, some well-established community groups. Since 1926, we have the Bedford Rotary, and they kind of help the community in any way that they see that is needed. They do a lot through Goodwill as well as with church groups. 1947, they established the Bedford County Chamber of Commerce. This is the one I spoke about a little bit earlier. Their basic mission is to support local businesses, and they do a tremendous job of this. If you are part of that chamber, if you pay to be a member of that, they do include you in many different downtown events and help to advertise for your business. In 1953, the Bedford Sportsman Club was created. This goes along with hunting. So this is actually a over 100-acre facility that you can be a member of, and you are able to trap, hunt, do archery, do swimming, do boating, do fishing. There are actually cabin rentals. So through all of that day, and they also support the Boy and Girl Scouts Club in our area, Camp Cadet, 4-H, Habitat for Humanity, Bedford County Youth Field Day, which is when children under the age of 12, it's their day to hunt and kind of get their hands wet as to what it's like to be a hunter in our area. So like I said, that is a huge part of our local community. In 1982, the Bedford Lions Club was created. Their overall mission is, again, similar to the Rotary Club, where they do support organizations locally in our community. And lastly, 1983, the Downtown Bedford Incorporated was created. This is, you would say it's the newest, but it's also one of the biggest organizations in our community right now. If you are a member of that, there are several different perks, such as 10% off at the Omni Bedford Springs. This is a resort that's known, I would say, nationwide. It's in the Omni chain. It's well established. It brings in a lot of tourism for our downtown. And really, it's one of the biggest contributors to our tourism in the area. Through DBI, they do um, allow us to decorate our streets for Christmas. They purchase flowers for the spring and summer. They hold several events for the community throughout the year that are free. And this is all done through those people and businesses that are members of DBI, the Downtown Bedford Incorporated Community. Community groups continued. So I would say the lead organizations are either Bedford County of Chamber of Commerce or DBI. They both really are well established and do a lot for our community. They hold free movie events through the summer. They do a fall festival, which is 2 weekends a year. This year it has been canceled because of COVID-19. But it brings in a tremendous amount of tourism to the area. Vendors set up on 2 different streets. They're shut off, and there's just vendor after vendor after vendor that people come and buy from. We also have so many different Christmas and Easter events for the kids, and all of it is free. It's all free because it is provided through those members of the DBI. To move on to our school board. So we typically we have 9 members. They're divided into 3 areas based on our 11 townships within our school district. Those 9 members, like I said, some of them have been on the school board for over 20 years. Most of them have, I would say, a little bit of a hidden agenda as to what they like to see happen. A lot of them have athletics at the core of what they would like to see funding go towards, which is at times frustrating as a teacher. Our minutes are available on our website, our CR website, so they are able to be looked at by our community. Some of the latest approved things at our meeting were some new hires, which occurs every year. We have I would say, a little above average turnover rate for teachers based on our salary. Our salary compared to a lot of other district schools is very low in comparison to our superintendent. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Property tax is 0.9%, which is below the national average, which if you would compare it to our poverty rate and our household income, that kind of makes sense. Leadership. So our superintendent, he does hold a lot of the power within our school. At times he withholds that power from other administrators, you could say. Some wealthy community members that are involved with DBI and Bedford County of Chamber of Commerce. Some of those members are actually on our school board. So then a lot of the decisions they make sure it positively affects their business, or in a way that makes them look better than maybe they should. Some school decisions, sports definitely over education in many ways. We will fund things for sports, and for instance, we make sure our football team has new uniforms at least every 2 years, but we've been using the same social studies book for over 30, so that gives you an idea. Real estate agents. So some of our school board members, they are real estate agents, so they flip properties, and then they use them as rentals as well. So through the school board, they know some low-income families that would need the rentals, and they use that in that aspect. Community leader characteristics. So our current situation is DBI, or Downtown Bedford, we thrive on tourism. A lot of our small businesses shut down when COVID-19 started, but because they are small businesses, they couldn't stay shut down, so they had to reopen basically to survive. We were ranked one of the top 25 America's Main Street, so we were actually, I believe, in the top 10 as having as the Main Street Contest of America this year. That picture there kind of was actually on the news. It's a small picture, a glimpse into what you would see going into downtown Bedford. Downtown Bedford, it does, as well as DBI, it thrives on creating that community atmosphere. It does provide amenities